It's been anything but a slow month for silver. The only word I can use to describe it is wild, or maybe crazy. Let's talk about what silver did today as we explore. I do not rule anything out in terms of where silver could go these days. Some of you have expressed interest in me doing a follow-up prediction video now that I've been right twice this year on where silver's price is going to go. I'm somewhat reluctant because I kind of don't want to break my little record for 2025, but I just may do it. Let me know in the comments section down below if you want me to do another price prediction video for the end of the year. But right now, silver is fighting. It's fighting hard to maintain and to get to $40 an ounce. I'm going to explain what it did during the course of the day as we are just moments away from the market's closing and silver is down 2 cents. But I'm telling you, what we saw today in the wild sporadic moves, this is a victory for sure. Staying above $39 an ounce, as its low today was at $39 and its high today was at $39.58. In fact, the futures market, it came very close to that $40 level. And gold got hit harder today. It fell 1.24%, down $42.40. It's reacting based off the record stock market price that we've been seeing, stock market highs that we're seeing here. And a lot of that has to do with trade deals being announced. Good news on that front, according to the stock market anyway. And so we're looking at that. Platinum fell. It got hit pretty hard today. It's down over 2%, down $32. Palladium went up 2, and rhodium went up $100 today. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on here. But before we get into too hard and heavy, Summit Salivate Silver is the code that you're going to want to enter to save $10 off of orders $500 or more. If you go to summitmetals.com, if you use that code Summit Salivate Summer at the checkout, I'm going to post a link to it in the description below. You will save $10 off of your entire order of $500 or more. And this offer will expire at the end of July 31st. So take advantage when your budget allows. Summit Metals experience their great customer service and fast shipping. Now, I'm going to be referencing an article here from Reuters that gives a pretty bullish account of what's going on with silver. I'm going to read part of this and give you some of my thoughts on it. And then I'm going to get into what happened in the markets today because it has been a wild day for the markets. Silver prices have surged to their highest in almost 14 years on Wednesday, aided by worries about U.S. tariff policy, signs of tightness in the spot market, and growing investor interest in alternatives to gold. Now, that happened before, I guess, some of the news digested the announcements on the tariffs. Silver, both a precious and industrial metal, is up 36% this year, outperforming gold at with its 31% growth and coming within a whisker of $40 per ounce, according to the futures market. Now, we remember in 2011, it got to almost $50 an ounce. President Donald Trump's plan to impose 50% import tariffs on copper from August 1st, and the U.S. import tariffs from Mexico widened the premium of the U.S. futures for silver and other metals against the London benchmarks in July, leading to a growth in lease rates in the spot market. And by the way, what we're seeing now between the ask and bid price for silver is a somewhat normalization. It's down to a 12-cent spread. I think it was a 14% spread earlier. Nonetheless, that's what's going on there. But what happened earlier in the day with the market with silver was quite intriguing. We saw one really explosive smackdown in the price earlier in the day. It got hit down hard. But that was after around noon today, a massive smackdown around noon today, and then it happened again another time, and it was trading up, like I said, $39.55, 58 cents, and then it just got hit hard with a heavy volume of trading, and then a choppy market afternoon from 1 o'clock, and then we move forward in time and see that there was several other attempts to really just bring it down. Is that the big bullion banks doing it? Well, you decide what's going on there, what's causing those moves. But silver has pretty much captured all of its losses that we saw earlier in the day to trade about even. That is a pretty big and resilient silver market in spite of what gold did today. So gold to silver ratio, because of that action, has narrowed now to 86.41. So that's good news, but it is intriguing to see that. And of course, again, people are going to tie this to the big bullion banks and price suppression, and they very well could be right, because it does seem suspicious in what's going on there with such a big smackdown that we saw here today. And remember, they may have a lot more headroom in order to do this type of thing, because the shorts are in trouble. The shorts are in trouble, and there's some bailouts that could be coming, especially with what I discussed in a prior video. That means they can continue to do what they do to minimize their losses in due course and time. But I tell you what, with what we're seeing, with what silver did today, recovering some of those losses, I think is a big victory for silver. In fact, to me, what happened with silver today is an even bigger victory than if silver was to rise to well over $40 an ounce today, because it's surviving. Its resiliency is showing pretty much right out of the gate. After that big smackdown around noon, it just shot right back up again, with the volume of traders coming back into the market here. Now, some of that could be profit taking, but it seems coordinated and through high frequency trades to happen so quick and so fast. But nonetheless, silver, we know, certainly is resilient. And we know that we could see this happen, that we could see silver go well above $40 an ounce. In fact, I'm pretty bullish that I think that we'll see that. I'm going to give you my revised prediction here, probably in a video that I'll do sometime within the next couple of days here. But spot silver prices may hit $42 per ounce, according to Shields. And that's Nikki Shields, who's the head of market strategy at MKS PAM. Analysts also noted that industrial demand for silver heading into the fifth year of structural market deficits remains solid, while investment demand is gaining momentum as a more affordable alternative to gold. And that's something we'll have to take a look at and see too. And I'm telling you, I talked to my local coin shop. In fact, I'm going to show you what my local coin shop showed me today, or told me today, about what they've got as an anecdotal evidence that they're seeing a normalization of buying and selling. People are still selling this lovely metal. Yes, they are, but they are also buying at an increased rate as well. So that is going to really, in a sense, bode well, I think, overall, when we start to see more buying for physical silver bullion like what you see here. That means that the premiums will come back in line and probably increase somewhat, but it means more people are getting the metal. And we may even see new stackers join us. I can't tell you how many new stackers have come to this channel that say, hey, I've just started. I've been stacking for 2 months. I started at the beginning of the year. And so this is encouraging and exciting news. And for those of you who are new stackers, stay tuned to this channel, because I have done a whole plethora of beginning silver stacking videos called Silver Basics. It's a playlist you can check out. But nonetheless, as we navigate the waters of the silver market, they are choppy at this point in time. It is a crazy market indeed. Now, at my local coin shop, I was very fortunate to get some silver under spot. And those kinds of things can still happen these days, especially for constitutional. And why are they doing this? Because there's been a glut of it in the market lately. And what's happening is they're getting so much of it, some of these local coin shops, they're having to sell it back to refiners, and it ends up getting melted down and put into 1,000-ounce bars to meet the demand there. Do not give them that satisfaction. Do not melt your silver. That's right. Stop the Melt campaign is heavy and strong from Coin Shop Chris. And there's more than just preserving history, which is a very important thing to do. But the Stop the Melt campaign is about preventing the manipulators, the silver manipulators. If you really believe that that's going on, the suppression is happening, do not give them the satisfaction of having silver that's melted into those contract-sized bars. No, don't do it. Do what I do and buy you some constitutional every once in a while, especially if you can get it for under spot, including a silver dollar. This is a Call Morgan. It's actually an 1880S, which at one time had a semi-proof-like finish to it, but as you can see, it's been beat up, stamped out with, so I don't know what that was on there, but still a very nice coin, fairly decent condition if it wasn't for those stampings on the obverse and a little scratching and stuff on the reverse. It looks pretty decent from the San Francisco minted 1 Morgan dollar. A bit of history here. And then I got a $half. This is the design that's on the Silver Eagle. A very nice condition. Again, these under spot price in a fairly decent condition. $half constitutional silver. You cannot go wrong with constitutional silver. I'm a huge fan of it, and I believe in it, and it's history in your hands, and then when you have it, it saves it from the melting furnace, and that's a good thing. As we navigate the wild and crazy markets where anything could happen, well, stay tuned to this channel, because I bring you the latest news in the world of precious metals, and I'm going to have news here, if it's not when it breaks, very soon after it breaks, because remember, I have a full-time job. Aside from this full-time job, I'm bringing news to you. So stay tuned, and I post 2 videos a day, and with that, I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to each and every one of you for taking the time to watch, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.